All right, I'm ranking some of my favorite video game soundtracks of all time. These are definitely my preference. They might not be yours. It might bring attention to some perfect pieces of music that you've never heard before, though. And it might just take you back some memory lane of things that you used to hear. First up, I'm gonna do The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Definitely my favorite Zelda game. I think it's super dark and cool and actually the breath of fresh air that Zelda needed. And honestly might need again. Maybe a sequel or a remake. It seems the new movie is very Twilight Princess themed. Twilight Princess has some fun things going on, like Malomart. Banger. Malomart's a banger. You guys have to do the dance every time you hear it. uh, it's not all fun though. Some of the music's depressing, like Midna's theme. It's depressing but beautiful, and what I love is it takes themes like Midna's theme and sprinkles it into the game so you're reminded of her and feel sad or happy. It's awesome. It also has my favorite fairy fountain theme. I'm a big fan of choirs and godlike rays and all this beautiful stuff, so this is awesome. This is the best fairy fountain theme. It's happened like 40 times. So yeah, time to rank it. I think it's already sitting right where it deserves. It is the best. It's the best of Zelda, but it's not the best of video game music in my opinion. It's just really good. The next game's music that I'm going to show you is Drakengard, or Dragon Dragoon as it was originally called in Japan. This is a game that came out before Nier was Nier. It is a schizophrenic nightmare of a video game. Nothing about it is positive. And it is a beautiful piece of art, but nothing in this game is positive. It's all terrible, horrifying, and at the end of the day, it just makes you be glad to be alive. The music really reflects this. The music is the most schizophrenic elevator music of all time. Take a listen. Good lord. So what they do is they took little clips of different orchestral pieces and repeated them over and over, mixed them up, and made it truly a nightmare, a schizophrenic nightmare. Uh, this game has a bunch of different endings, just like Nier. The ending music for these endings is very good. This is just like the default ending. I love that. I love that. It's supposed to be peaceful and then like a sharp wow. Telling you that not everything is as it seems. Not everything is as it
The seeds
seems.
never were, and mankind remains unforgiven.
Crimson lights the sky.
song obviously has an original Japanese version, but it's one of the rare moments that I think the English version is even better. Very scary. Very scary stuff. Uh, Something that when you see it, you'll never forget it. You're gonna be glad that you don't see giant amorphous baby creatures at the end of the world. We're pretty comfortable how we are. Down below. That's good stuff. The last piece of music I'll show from this is Ending D. You're not really gonna understand, so it's not exactly a spoiler. But this song is depicting time on Earth being frozen. And so as the credits are rolling, time is frozen on Earth. This this is the best depiction of time as sound ever. Ever. It sounds like a broken clock, like the time is stuck. Like I said, schizophrenic nightmare. It's the type of music I could fall asleep to, but the type of music that haunts somebody else's dreams. So, yes, this soundtrack is in a class of its own. Nothing else, no sound has ever sounded like this sound, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that could listen to this for fun. It's quite a terrifying amalgamation of sound. It's not music in the same way regular people think of music. So that's why I'm gonna say I think this one's one that I enjoy. Not many other people would, just for relaxing, but definitely check out Drakengard. At least just watch a playthrough of it. That's much better than playing it. Watching it is much better than playing it. Believe me. Completely switching gears now to something cute and peaceful and honestly a romanticization of my childhood. Probably like the longing of childhood in the form of sound. Yeah. It makes you long for a time that honestly might never have actually existed. Might have not. And you get out of that forest into Eterna City and. And a brilliant part of this game is that there's a day night cycle, so every song has a night version. It's slower, cooler. Beautiful stuff. Truly. Pokemon Platinum. People say Black and White is when Pokemon peaked. I haven't really played the recent ones. I did play Legends Arceus, and it was obviously fantastic. The callbacks to this music, fantastic. This region, the juniper trees, the snow, the mountain, it felt like home. And I think I'm gonna put it actually right here, right behind Twilight Princess and Fantastic. Because I think even my greatest ops, they have to take a moment to listen to this too. That's our generation. This game doesn't even need an introduction. Doesn't even need many songs to prove why it's on the list. Yeah. Honestly, I don't need to play another song. This is Flowers Blooming in the Church. I think, as children, my generation, this is the first time we understood the word pain. And it's hard not to just sob listening to this, barely keeping it together. Yeah. So, Final Fantasy VII, the best. The best. And if this song doesn't hit home, isn't nostalgic for you, just go play. You will not regret it. Very important now to go straight to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. For some reason, this game is controversial. Is it? This is one of my favorite pieces of art ever. This is some of the best video game has ever video gamed. There's so much game in this game. It's not all monotonous either. There's a lot of different games in this one game. So I don't know why it's controversial. This is peak. Genuinely peak. Genuinely peak. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. For those that don't know, this is just a song for a doggy escort side quest you do a couple times. And there's a variant of it for when you're in battle. The awesome thing about this song is it sounds really adorable and cute and it's for kids and stuff, but actually the whole point of this song is that it's a propaganda piece for children to believe in Shinra, the evil government. And it's this cute. Yeah, he matters to us. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth soundtrack. Oh, oh, yeah. I would say it's definitely the greatest Final Fantasy music of all time. But is it? Is it? Controversial, I know. Perfect music. I think it's like a 200 song soundtrack. Definitely deserves to be at the top of the best. But does it? I think the only Final Fantasy game, to me, that's a contender for better music than even Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not just Final Fantasy X. 10 2 counts. Then two counts in this conversation. I'm grouping them together as one. Hmm. Don't lie. How many of you hung your arm like that in your shirt? Let your sleeve float like that. How many? How many? I know I did. Uh-huh. Yeah. But like I said, Final Fantasy X-2 counts in this conversation as well. Yeah. Yup. Yeah. That's the best. 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 It hits different, like nothing else can. The genre bending of those games, fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. Go play it if you haven't. Go play. All right. I think this is a fan favorite, as deservedly so. This game gets the award for most swagger put into music ever that I've heard. Yeah, I always think of like the gym and giant, burly Japanese sumo wrestlers jamming out to that song. But this song, yeah, I would say this is a simpler time, simpler music. Nothing else really is like Katamari. But I would say it's just for a jolly good time. It's one of my favorites of all time, and nothing else stands close to it. I'm gonna say it's very good or unique. And now a clean sweep is gonna begin. I don't even know how else to describe Shinji Okabe's music, Studio Monaka. Now, this game, See No Alice, it was an iPhone game. I never got to play it. It's gone now. But what remains? This is a 10-minute song. Alright, the evolution of this song. Flutes and floaty. A few minutes later, drum beat. Intense. A couple minutes later. Okay, horns. Okay, a couple minutes later. Back to violins. It seems like it's leading up to something. It's leading up to something, alright? Yeah, it did. That's fantastic stuff. This song is called Lantern and Finale. I remember in Mario Bros. When you go underwater for the first time and the music becomes a bit bubbly and creepy and different. This is what that reminds me of. A level, a video game level that's very mystical. Yeah, this one's intense. This one is called Depression. I don't know. I don't know. And a big finale kind of song. Yeah. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I've never heard anything like it before. It feels ancient and Okabe. Okabe is in a class of its own, but doesn't even end there. Okabe is in a class of its own, truly. Truly. Stellar Blade, I think, is the most recent Okabe game, at least that I know of. A lot of people say this is the Near Automata clone. No! It's so pop girly and different. It's fantastic. The soundtrack is so girly and different. I've just never heard anything like it because it's all so wicked cool. And then they dropped a Christmas free update, and this is the Christmas song. I don't celebrate Christmas, but dang, is it a banger?
Come on, let's get away. I've been waiting for this day, let's take a break.
Yeah, so maybe more girly than some people would ever listen to. More girly than I've ever listened to before. Dang, is it just awesome. Never heard anything like it. As a video game soundtrack, definitely in a class of its own. I'd say maybe Sino Alice is a little more unique, but Stellar Blade comes in with fire. Straight fire. Okabe. Okabe. Yeah, but that's not even the end for Okabe. Yeah. Near Replicant. obviously there's a theme. Obviously, I have a bias, but it's because I searched for the best video game music, and this is what I came out with after a few years. Yeah.
「
This is the original soundtrack version. There's a whole remade version for the new remake. Both are fantastic. I grew up with this one, so it's really special. I love the made up language, that voice you're hearing. Emmy Evans. She's probably up on screen right now. Emmy Evans. Haunting voice. Timeless. Have any of you played Dark Souls? Do you remember the That's Emmy Evans. Probably the greatest voice in video game music. Emmy Evans. The Wretched Automatons is what this one is called. I love the let's make music out of tapping our forks in the glasses at a diner kind of vibe that this has, but with factory sounds. Amazing. Now, before I even rank these, I'm just gonna put it down there and this up. I'm gonna pull this up. Emil. If you know Emil, you know where I'm going with this. If you don't know Emil, good luck. Good luck. I thought I was a brave young man who wouldn't show his tears in front of anyone, but I sobbed like a baby because of just Emil's theme music. So in Nier Replicant, so the OG Nier, there's Emil's theme. And then there's a sad, slow version. It's a made up language called Chaos Language, I think, yes. But the vocals, the words are so specific that Emil is saying. Even though I don't understand them, he's speaking a language. And it's so sad. It's so sad. Imagine, I'm not even gonna say it. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil. Imagine accidentally just being worse than any villain. And then, Emil came back years later in Nier Automata. Emil came back years later in Nier Automata. As a shopkeep, remember when I said there's one store theme that's better? Only one. That's Emil's shop from Nier Automata. Nier Automata. stop. That is so sad. I know it sounds happy, but thousands of years have passed for poor Emil. Emil has watched the world end. Emil played a part in the world ending, then helped try to save the world from ending, and there's a bunch of it's a whole thing that shows time travel. That sound. We hear a young man named Emil singing this prophetic, beautiful elegy, one of grief. And then, thousands of years later, Emil doesn't remember those words, so he turns what he does remember into this upbeat, jolly, nonsensical imitation of a war song because Emil had to be a soldier at some point. Emil, good luck. Good luck going through Emil's story for the first time in your life. So that's Near Automata's Emil's shop. Near Automata. Its music. Unfathomable. Yep. Along with that, as all the great pieces of soundtracks do, you have songs that happen, they evolve later. Okay, and then you play as a different character running around the same city. Boom. The personality of the song changes. The personality of the character you're playing as is so different, and they have the same face, same everything. They're a different person. So the vocals change, the beat changes. It sounds more uplifting, but at this time in the story, things are much more desperate. Pascal. Those who know, obviously. Go play this game if you haven't. I've been avoiding spoilers as much as I can because nothing else comes close. If something does, I would love for you guys to let me know. Nothing comes close. This is a group village of robots singing together. So, in a class of its own, doesn't begin to describe it. They're paired, as you see Emil's song, Time Traveling and Changing. That's Emil. That's, in a class of its own, just Okabe, if you can see up here. Okabe. A gift. But last but not least, guys, the newest game I have on this list. This is the title theme music. So every time you open the game, this is just the title screen. And it actually spoils the entire game, basically, if you know French. Just the title screen is one of the most prophetic pieces of music I've ever heard. that scene. It's a very famous song. If you know French, the game is getting spoiled. But that's, I guess, just a beautiful part of knowing French. It's a whole different experience. I played the game with French dialogue the first time because I can't stand Jennifer English's voice anymore. She's Shadowheart forever. It's a beautiful thing, guys. This is just battle music. Underwater, okay. Vocals pop in. It's a banger. And a really famous one. It's Monaco's theme. Everybody knows it. It's groovy. As a video game soundtrack, this is the best of all time. It took what Final Fantasy had and just made a unique, beautiful game out of it. French theming and a psychotic, brilliant mind behind the music. #1 video game soundtrack of all time, behind the works of Okabe. That's how I see music, at least. I want to thank you guys for watching my first video. I know the quality is super iffy. I'm loving my VTube model, but learning how to do everything. I hope you guys can give me tips on how to make sound better and how to just make everything more professional so I can make this a cooler channel. I have a lot to say, I have a lot to share, but I just need the right skills. So thank you guys for watching. Maybe click a like and a subscribe for me so I can become someone on this channel. I appreciate it. Take care, guys.